This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
Good morning and welcome to the Western Kansas Wildlife Travel Center. You'll hear a lot of background noise, I guess, because there's always a lot going on. Try to find a quiet corner, but with the IHOP and all the folks stopping in, it might be hard to find a corner quiet enough to film in. Now, it's a pretty relaxing stop if you're on your travels and don't mind hearing the announcements in the background. So just a lot of people that love stopping here. And we're on the second floor where you've got the wildlife displays, and I love seeing the families come up here sharing those things with the kids. There's a lot of wow expressions when they come up here. Well, folks, as we just keep saying, time just keeps moving along, and there's just so many things going on. And the summer is, it's going to be gone before we know it. All that heat that we've whined about is soon going to be replaced by some chilly weather. So it's when I really love getting outdoors, and there's so much to do outdoors. And remember, Kansas Outdoors, the website. So check that out if you are looking for hiking opportunities and all those things along the way. Please check those out. So this is one of our sponsors for Around Kansas, and we appreciate them very much, and we invite you to come to Oakley and see all the other things that we've got going on here. This is a great place to start your trip, and then you can head anywhere in Western Kansas you want to go. South to Scott City, north to Oberlin, west to Wallace, west to Colby and Goodland. The roads will just take you anywhere. You know what? A couple of things that I wanted to mention. I was researching a wildlife segment, looking for something to talk about. And of course, all these big animals are pretty obvious. We've talked about a lot of these guys, the antelope and the elk and the deer, the bears that are making their way back into Kansas. And lately we've been talking about some of the little bitty creatures, and I'm working on a segment. I won't have it done today, but I am going to get it hopefully by next time, because who knew it would take so much research, and that's dragonflies. And wow, are they fascinating. So if you've got some cool dragonfly images, would you share those on our Around Kansas Facebook page? We would love to see those, and they might even show up on our post here on the TV show. So we'd love to see those. I got into researching. I'll give you this heads up right now. There are 22 different kinds of dragonflies and damselflies in Kansas. Who knew? And the variety is absolutely incredible. They're absolutely incredible. It's just like, remember that my favorite segment, I think, so far as the wildlife, was those little kangaroo rats. Who knew they could be so fascinating? Well, dragonflies have been the subject of myth and art and stories for millennia. And you're going to find out why when I get that segment done next time. So much stuff coming up. Want to give you a heads up on this one. September 12th through the 15th, Dr. Jake and I are headed over to Colorado Springs for the annual Order of the Indian Wars Conference. And I tell you about that every year, but I can't tell you just how awesome that group is. Visiting sites this year, we're going to Sand Creek, and of course the massacre site, and of course the connections between Kansas and Colorado. That was the Colorado Territory when the massacre occurred, and just years earlier it was the Kansas Territory. So again, those borders are kind of imaginary at times, and with certain events. So that's going to be a fantastic conference and tour, and just urge you to take advantage of so many of those things that are offered, the conferences, the guided tours, with especially the National Park Service historians, who are absolutely the best. I know Jerry Green is going to join us on this trip, and he's just the go-to guy on so many things. So just give you a heads up for that, and stay tuned. I will share more of that with you as time goes on. Another great show for you today. Thanks for joining us. Stay with us.